What keeps you motivated to work on this kind of stuff?
Okay, all right. So I'll give you a little bit of that. Just, culture in general and getting to know who you are, because I have to say that until I got into maybe being a senior in high school and especially going to college, I didn't know a lot about my culture. And unfortunately, I see how many young people still don't know about their culture, whether it's the ancient culture of the mestizo, of the Aztecas and the Nahuatl people, or if it's the and what they contributed to our entire world development, or if it was the culture of food or the culture of religion and spirituality. All of that was available through the ethnic studies department, or the ethnic studies movements that were going on at that time. So by the time I got to college, I went to Cal State Los Angeles in LA. By the time I got there, there were departments, there were programs, and I could take classes in a lot of programs. So one of the first things I did is I joined a Chicano Pride organization, and some used to be what eventually became the MedChop program. And I just started to connect with other young people of like minds. And that just added on even more to, I think, the empowerment that I felt for social change. And I really haven't shifted since. Those are like my major motivations.
What is your ideal writing spot or place, and how do you think it influences you when you're writing?
I considered myself more of a tortuga, like a turtle. I carry everything with me. That's my home. And so wherever I am, I write. Sometimes I don't even realize how much I'm writing. I think when you really like what you're doing, you're journaling, you're writing notes to yourself, you're writing on the backs of paper bags, napkins. You're in the middle of a meeting and all of a sudden that thought comes and you want to write it down. So I'm that kind of a writer, more than, this is my spot and I'm going to write here forever or all the time or a lot. I can write wherever I take my little tortuga shell. That is where I write. So I find that the idea of a place really is different kinds of places stimulates me and inspires me to write. So wherever I go, there's my little tortuga shell, writing space, and I'll just, write on the spot.
Another question is, how do you keep a good mindset to work with people who often don't understand what you advocate for?
And there's a lot of, my students they're not connected to their culture anymore. They're not connected to the social issues, and a lot of students really do react negatively when you're teaching them about race, class, and gender issues. And they're challenging, like, didn't that change? Or we're beyond sexism, or there's no such thing as racism. So they get very disturbed if you're saying, no, that hasn't changed, and we need to be advocates for social change. So I keep my faith through my belief that we have problems in this society. We have problems in our communities. We have problems in our families that deal with race, class, and gender inequality, and especially for women. So the judgments that people have towards women, particularly of women of color, can be very painful, and that's when you realize your belief system is what's going to get you through. So all of those things, unfortunately, they don't stop happening, and it's all about, do I believe what I believe in, and do I continue to have a commitment to this belief? And because of that, I think that's what keeps me going.